Today I'll make a beer from malt extract. So I'm gonna be using 3 kilograms of liquid malt extract, and that gives me 3.9% of alcohol. And to top up the alcohol, I'm gonna be using 1 kilogram of brewing sugar, and I'm gonna be also adding half a kilo of fine crushed crispy naked malt oats. So basically it's oats. And then I'll be using 1056 American Ale yeast. So I already broke the there's inside there's a little pack with the activator, so I broke it, and we just need to wait a couple of hours for it to activate. So the pack's gonna swallow a little bit. Just leave this on the side, and then for the flavors I'm gonna be using 2 different hops. I'm gonna be using 100 grams of Citra and 100 grams of Mosaic, which I'm gonna do after fermentation is done. And that should be a very hoppy beer. So to start, I'm gonna do my mash. So here's just some hot water. It's at 65 degrees, 65 Celsius. So I'm gonna put everything inside this net. Let's put everything there, and you have to move it very well so you don't have any lumps. Right, so I'll leave this here for 1 hour, and after this I'm gonna boil it. And I just need to make sure that the temperature stays constantly at 65 degrees, so I'm gonna put on the oven and top up from time to time. It's been 1 hour, and that's the mash done. I'm gonna pass these into another container there because I'm gonna boil them. So what I'm gonna do is let's get everything on this side. And then I'm gonna do some sparge here. Basically, I'm gonna pour some hot water inside to extract more sugar from these oats. And out into that boiling for 1 hour. It's been 1 hour, we've been cooking the oats. So now I got it. I'm gonna pour that inside here, and I'm gonna mix with the liquid malt extract, which looks more or less like that. So let's put this on first. That's beauty. That's mainly like the sugars that will be eaten by the yeast. Oh yeah. That is sweet. So now that the liquid malt is already inside, I'm gonna pour those oats. And I'm taking advantage that the hot water is melting the malt, and I'm going to just keep moving here, just melt everything. And then next, we'll top up with 1 kilo of brewing sugar. Oh yeah. Right, you cannot see from the video, but I'm just going to put down a little bit so you can see the liquid is inside. And I'm going to check the temperature, and then I'm going to top up with cold water until it reaches around 20 to 24 degrees. I'm going to pitch the yeast. I mixed up very well, and I made sure that I made a lot of froth here, lots of air to oxygen the liquid, so it's gonna help fermentation. And just pour this cold water here. I'm going to do like 4 of these bottles of water. It's gonna be about 20 liters, and I had already like almost 3 there before. So every time I top up, I'm gonna check the temperature and see if it's okay or it needs reheating. I'm just checking the temperature, and it appears that temperature is around 25 degrees here. But because I'm gonna have to top up until 23 liters and then about like 17 here, I'm gonna just heat a little bit more of water inside this kettle and then pour it on the top to balance the temperature and keep it around 20 to 24 degrees. Just final check on the temperature. We got already 23 liters. I just want to make sure that we have a bit more than 20. We don't want to go over like 25 because that could just kill the yeast. We got like 22. That's good. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna pitch these now. Very important thing, if you don't know, but I believe you do know. Always sanitize everything, and I just kept my yeast inside the sanitizer, and I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna put it inside. One more thing, you need to make sure that you have lots of oxygen inside the wort. So you can either do this by using a spoon, or I'm gonna use gravity and just gonna pour inside this other bucket here, and the gravity is gonna make a lot of air. There is the wort going from my container here into the fermenter, and I'm gonna pitch the yeast. I just got sanitized scissors, and the yeast is also sanitized. So I'm gonna take a sample here to measure the original gravity to calculate how much alcohol is gonna be the end result. Okay, so that is 1060. That's gonna be a beer, quite strong beer, I guess. I'm gonna use a calculator later, and I'm gonna tell you more or less the approximate amount of alcohol for the end result. So this is it. Now I'm gonna just put the lid on, and then I'm gonna put the siphon here to be used as airlock, and that's it. Just wait 7 to 10 days. I'm gonna be checking the gravity during the week, and then we're gonna come back when you do the dry hops. So today is day 8. The beer's been there fermenting for 8 days, and I just checked the gravity, and the gravity is at 10.05. So I think it's time to do the hops. I'm very excited about that. So for today, I'm gonna be adding 200 grams of hops, which is 100 grams of citra. Smells nice. And another 100 grams of mosaic. So I got my net for the hops. It's being sanitized, and I'm gonna be using that net, and I'm gonna be using this fishing line just to hold the net in place so that it doesn't sink completely. I want to be partially suspended. So after carefully sanitizing the net, I'm just gonna place it here in the bowl. And then I'm gonna add the hops. Yep, that's it. 200 grams of hops. I'm gonna close the net and I'm gonna use this fishing line. And so with that, we make sure that the bag is gonna be floating like that inside the bucket. It's not gonna sink completely. Now is the time we open the bucket and we're gonna add the hops inside the bucket. Let's see this beauty. I had a little taste before opening and it was really nice flavor. There you go. How about that beauty, huh? Right, so let's just place the camera here. So that you can see what's happening. Great. So very simply, I'm just gonna sink the bag and I'm gonna leave these two handles on the sides. I'm just gonna tie them up here on the handle. Just prevent it from sinking completely. And then the lid goes back. That's it. And you're gonna come back in 4 days to bottle this beer.